Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 199. If you are a new friend to my channel, thank you so much for choosing to stop by here and get to know me. And if you're a returning friend, thank you so much for joining in this week and seeing what's going on. I have a packed full video because last week was my whip parade, and thank you so much for all the love in regards to my whip parade. And I'm gonna give a couple tiny, Opie or Gabby, you heard tap tap. And then I'm gonna give a couple little updates here at the beginning, followed up by my stitching, and I'm doing the hashtag, and clearly all kinds of updates at the end because I have not given personal updates in a while. So let's dig in. First of all, for the couple of personal updates here at the beginning, Mr. Opie was hurt last week and I had to rush him to the vet. He is walking, they really don't know what happened. He's got something wrong with his back left leg. And so he's walking around all three. They have him on anti-inflammatories. They said nothing was broke. So we're just waiting for him to heal and see how that goes, which is super sad. But he's doing much better now. So we're like a weekend, he's doing much better, but he's still only walking on 3 legs. So something clearly hurts. I have to do a follow-up on that. I also had something really cool. Excuse me. Here in the future, you're going to see new glasses. And so those are on the way, but I had, Gabby, go lay down, please. One of the things I found out about these glasses is, if you notice in these videos, I do this because I have a few notes here to help me. So I do this to read my thing. They said my progressive bifocal is 10 millimeters too low. So that is why I do this in order to read. So I'm super excited about new glasses coming. Super excited. But let's dig in to get going on this stuff. So I want to remind you, in the links below, there's a Happy Mail form with all kinds of information. In the links below, there's all kinds of information. In the Happy Mail form, if you fill that out once a month, I send out Happy Mail. So I just randomly pull numbers or names off the list and send you a little note that says, hey, love you. Hope you're doing great. I have so much joy in doing that. So I hope you take the time to fill out that form. I also have other links below. Buy me a Ko-fi things. I have thanks for a Buy Me a Ko-fi and a Buy Me a Ko-fi link and a Buy Me a Coffee link. I have to thank 2 people on here, and I just appreciate you sending me a little bit of love. It helps with the mailings, and I appreciate that greatly. I also normally do a segment on here called Feature Friend. I have a lot packed in this video, so I have a different twist on Featured Friend this week, and I will go back to the normal Featured Friends next week. But we have a friend on here that sent in a package, and in that package is a lot of love to have for giveaways on this channel. So I thank you very much for that, Joe. I appreciate that, and it will be very blessed and loved on this channel. Sorry, big noise. And I hope it doesn't fall. Up and close. All right, so thank you very much for that, Joe. I appreciate that. Everyone on here is going to appreciate it. So there were some treasures in there that have been on my list for a while and I hadn't got. So I'll stitch them and share them along. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Other than that, I'm going to do the hashtag real quick before I jump into my stitching. So hopefully, I haven't done this in a super long time, and I possibly since the very first video, and we're at 199. So what a perfect time to jump in and do this. So the hashtag is hashtag get to know your needleworker. And I honestly don't know where it originated. It's probably 8 years old or older. Somebody on here that watches may know, but I'm just going to share in with the blessings. I have a list here of the questions so that I remember them, because I don't remember things. But so one of the questions is, where do I live? I live in Indiana, in a small town just south of Fort Wayne. So the northeastern part of Indiana. What do I do for a living? I am currently a millwright for General Motors. So what does that mean? Well, so at my factory, we build the full-size pickup trucks. And what that means is when the conveyors break down, or a robot breaks down, or there's any kind of like jam or misload or anything like that, I'm the one that goes and helps unjam it, repair it, and get us going again. So I also do other things. So basically I wear a radio and I get a call if there's a breakdown. But I also have what we refer to as PMs, which is a preventative maintenance. So there's things I do to try to prevent breakdowns and see them ahead of time. So we look at hotspots. So that is kind of in a nutshell what I do. I have been with that corporation for 28 years. I am less than 2 years away from retirement now and super happy to then just live the hashtag Nana life. I'm so excited. But that is what I currently do and have done for a big chunk of my career. Within General Motors, I have had different roles. I actually went through an apprenticeship for a carpenter, and during that time, I was also a health and safety trainer. So I trained people how to drive fork trucks and aerial lifts and Brodersons and stuff like that. But anyway, probably more information than you want, but that's what I do. So do I have any children? Yes, if you've been here for a while, you know I have 3 children. I have my daughter who turned 23 this last weekend. And then I have 2 stepsons that are 20 and 19, still feeling their way through life and figuring out what's going on. You hear about Lizzie quite often on here. My boys, on the other hand, not so much. Another child that I have acquired and love dearly is my son-in-law Colton. So he is also 23 and was very much a blessing to this family. I love watching the dynamic of that couple as they navigate through relationship and youth, and they just work so well together as a team. For my granddaughter Ozzy, which you see on here at the end, usually I share a picture and I give updates. So I do have a happy little family right now, and it's a lot of joy at this stage in our life, because blended families, I will always say, is probably the hardest job I've ever done, but right now we're in good places. So do I have any pets? Yes, I do. I actually have currently 2 dogs. I have my Opie, which is my Pomeranian Shih Tzu. I have my Gabby, which is a German Shepherd. And I have a cat that was Lizzie's, but loves the life here and stayed here. She took one of her cats with her. He missed her so desperately when she moved away. So my cat Ollie stays here. He's so funny. He's like an outdoor cat. I let him out with the dogs in the morning, but he'll come and meow at the window or tap the window because he wants back in. I feed birds, which are right outside my window here and sometimes distracts me on here. And I had koi fish, but we had a horrible, we don't even know what happened. All my koi fish died overnight. So my husband is trying to right that situation. And at this time of the year, it is not a great time to find koi. So it may be something that I have to wait till the fall. So we have a couple little fish in there just to help with the environment. But all right, so I love my animals too. What other hobbies do you do besides cross stitching? So I have recently taken on, with Ozzy coming into my life, quilting in a huge fashion. I just came back from a quilting retreat, which I can't wait to get in and share that stuff with you. But so my other hobby would be quilting. I do want to learn loom knitting. I wish I had someone in real life that could teach me that, because I struggle. I literally just want to make hats and socks and hand warmers, which socks and hand warmers, same kind of, but hopefully I will figure that out at some point in time. What is your favorite movie? This one is a struggle for me. Mamma Mia is a huge favorite of my daughters and mine. I also love Under the Tuscan Sun. So those kind of like feel good relationship vibes. One that I have watched on repeat in the last few years is Hamilton. So I kind of jump all over the place. There's certain ones that just I gravitate toward. Yeah. What is your favorite TV show? I don't have one. I would say, like, at different times in my life, of course, Gilmore Girls, or I don't know, I like comedies. So there's not a TV show that sticks out with me, because probably I watch Flosstube. That is probably, I would say, my favorite channel is Flosstube. So there's that. My favorite book, that jumps all over the place. I remember when I did this the first time, I could think of the one that was my favorite. Currently right now, always the Harry Potters are top on my list. I love reading out loud to my daughter when she was growing up, but I literally just finished listening to both of Michelle Obama's books, which were very empowering as far as like women and positive stuff, and those were great. So and so many, like, it was a good book. It was a good book. So both of them were good books. I listened to them both. My favorite music, hands down, is country music. That one's an easy call for me. I was born and raised on country. I had a little snippet in high school where I went through some rock, which we would call classic rock now because, you know, age. But anyway, country music, hands down, is my favorite music. And last but not least, what is one word best describes you? I would right now say joyful. I am at such a wonderful, joyful place in my life that it like encompasses everything about me. I am so happy and so joyful. When I did this originally, I reached out to a friend and they said resilient, because no matter what is thrown at me in life, I bounce back and I handle it. So I still hold true to that wonderful word that a friend said about me. So there's that. That is the hashtag get to know your needleworker. So I hope that was a little brought a little information about me. I want to find a hashtag of like stitching related, like what do you use this or that, da, da, da. So that's going to come in the near future. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask them in the questions. And if anyone knows of like a question like that in regards to like how do you stitch, da da da, shoot it to me, or maybe I'll accumulate some of your questions and do that at a future time. But all right, so we are 11 minutes in and I have cross stitching to show you. So let's do this. I have a finished for now cross stitch. It is the cross stitch for Castle Homecoming by the Frosted Pumpkin. I am caught up as current as it is, so the next part will drop at the end of this month. And this is where Castle Homecoming is. I'm super loving it. I bought the kit, so this is on 32 count Belfast Valor from Picture This Plus. Yeah, look at that brickwork. Yes, 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 yes. So that is done for now. And then I should have brought water. I can hear that I'm getting like dry, but we're going through. This is going to be a longer video. So my next one I stitch on every single day is my queen. So my Mirabilia Queen, Summer Queen, stitched on Color and Cotton Love Letters, 28 count. This is what she will look like. And this is where she is. This is my full length of her. And then as I come in, I worked in white. So I knew I was going away to a quilting retreat this last weekend. So I outlined and was prepared, and I have been filling in the white. So I have a little bit of touch of white down here to still go. And of course there's some white over here, but plugging along. If you want to know what's left from the picture, fill in here, and then there's a little bit coming here. So this baby, this beauty is going to get added to the list for sure. She is lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so I move it from one pile to the next. The next thing I stitched on this week, for the month of July, I have like something that I do a floss a day. This one gave me troubles this week. I plugged along and connected it, but I'm going to move on to something else. I don't even know where it's at right now. Anyway, what I worked on this last week was Forbidden Fiber Go. Great Outdoors, which is a mystery. That's why it's black and white. You open one thread a day. I was gifted this by my friend Janelle from Coffee, Wine, and Stitching Time. And this is where I got to it. This is stitched on 16 count Brambling Brook by Forbidden Fiber Co. So what I got done was the border connected. I was off by one over here and I had to unpick clear back to here again. I need one more Eggcorn here. So I'm super happy with the start on this. It's Ada. This is a great one when I need to pull something out to get some stitches on because I'm just feeling it or the lighting is not good. So, but this currently is going to go away and probably not for that long. I just had at the beginning of the year, I chose a focus pattern to do this one thread a month on. And I haven't touched the one for July yet, and I really want to. So I'm going to put that away and like pull it back out in the next couple of months after I get my focus for the month. If I get them finished, then I'll pull it out. So the next one that I have is a new start because this last weekend was Frogwarts. I only participated very minimal and not on the pattern for the event, but Frogwarts is an event put on by the Black Needle Society. It's a digital event. And this is year 4. So this is year 4's pattern. You've probably seen this all over social media, especially with the event just finishing up. But I started smack dab in the middle on a piece of 32 count that I dyed. It was platinum, and then I dyed it to try to make it look the green they want. This literally is the beginning of, and that's upside down. This is literally the beginning of the dragon in the middle, and that's all I got done. That is because of my going away to a quilting retreat this weekend, which I loved, so I'm fine with that. So I also did receive the box. If you haven't opened your box, look away. I am not doing an unboxing. I just want to hold it up real quick. So, the Black Needle Society box full of goodness from the event, or for the event. So it is, sorry, not just that pattern. You get a box full of like theme related things, and I was super excited. There was some things in there that I 100% loved, some things that my daughter wants to steal. There's all the things. So thankful for that. Sorry I didn't get to participate as much as I wanted to, but sorry not sorry, because yeah, I did miss my friends dearly that I know were digging in on this event, and I just wasn't able to do it. So my next thing that I have stitched on is it is the Gather Butterfly series for the Gather Round hands-on design series, or club, not series, club. These will be out in the next year, I believe, is what she has said. So this is a second chart on it. There's 3 charts in it, and this is the second one of it. So I basically started here. Yeah, that's all I did. Started here, I did this guy and started here. My stitching this week for prep for this event I went to was definitely downhill, and the OP problem, all the things. So my next stitch that I worked on, Mill Hill Monday, I do my themed meal, I do a theme, Mill Hill Monday festive, or Mill Hill Monday, Wicked Wednesday, Festive Friday. So for Mill Hill Monday, I am doing the zodiac sign for my daughter, which is Cancer. I got some beading done on it. I am literally down to the beading, so who knows, this could be a finish before I come to see you again, which would be fabulous. My next one is Wicked Wednesday, and I'm stitching on the Halloween calendar by Tiny Modernist. I am down to these 2 blocks. Again, I would have loved to have gotten farther, but all I got done was the box. I got the box connected, that's it. Again, not disappointed. Life will throw you curveballs every once in a while. You gotta roll. So my Festive Friday currently is Liberty by Hands on Design. It is the Liberty Chock-full. I am just doing the little pillow. I'm just doing the little pillow on all those series, but I am just shy of having Liberty done. I have the loop on the L up there, and I'll get moving on it. So this is 28 count Monaco that IT Coffee dyed. Love how it looks on that. I didn't dig the black on those, so I apologize. I hope earbuds, sorry. I feel it in my throat, and I just don't want to like keep sounding hoarse or more and more hoarse. All right, we have tons of stuff to still dig through, so please, I hope you don't leave. All right, the next thing I have is haul. I'm looking down at my notes. That's what you see me doing, because there's so much around me still that I knew I would get flustered. So this is because Antique Needleworker showed this on one time. It was Shelly, and I knew I had to have it. So my local needlework stop, Stitch and Frame, had this chart. So this is a Lizzie Kate chart called Mothers. She changed hers, and I still am. I still have her picture on my thing, because it says, "Mothers hold their children's hands a while, their hearts forever." She kind of like pushed this down, and I think there was initials, and that's probably what I will definitely be doing. Yeah. But I had to have it. I saw her version of it, and I had to have it. So someone that I saw this weekend was Miss Tammy Blaylock. She was not, so the place I went to this last weekend had one great big room there were 54 quilters, and then my little first time ever retreat that had 12. But Tammy, as I was walking into mine, my sister pointed out, "Hey, don't you know that girl?" And I'm like, Tammy! So it was so cute. At her event, they were having a garage sale, so you could put stuff up on a table. Garage sale. So she brought her pile of cross stitching over to see if I wanted anything, and there were 2 things in there. So first, hi Tammy Blaylock from Creative Country Girl, but I picked up this from her garage sale, and I picked up this from her garage sale. So thank you very much, Tammy. There was so many more in there that I was interested in, but I spent a lot more than I was supposed to this weekend. So there are those. Another thing that I ordered, my friend Tiffany from Black Cat Stitchery had a bag up that was patriotic, and I have mentioned before how much I love the patriotic. My husband served this country, and so I wanted to add this to mine so that I could keep patriotic in there. Another thing that came in the mail, it comes in so beautifully, is the Gather Round. That's the symbol for it. The Gather Round kit club that I am in for Kathy's hands-on design. I'm just going to show you like this. It comes in a bunch of goodness. There was an ink pen. It comes with the floss already. It has the fabric for me in this club and the pattern. So this is upside down. The next one that in the fall I'll be jumping into. So super excited that that arrived and that it's lovely. And last but not least, I am in the berry club from Dying to Stitch. And my berry came in for this last quarter, and you've probably seen this on other people's channels. Measure and cut, super cute. Kit's all there, and it's ready to go when I can pull that out and start stitching on it. So that is my stitching for the week. I knew my stitching was light. That's why I wanted to do the hashtag and have other kinds of goodness. So, and I have warned you, this is going to be a little bit longer of a video because I am so excited to share personal stuff because I have been I don't know, super busy, but I want to share that goodness with you. So that was that. I also, at my quilting retreat, I bought fabric, I bought outfits for Ozzy, and I have a few other whips to show you that are quilting related if you would be like interested. If you want to peace out because you don't want to hear personal life or hear about quilting, this is probably the time to go. If you want to see Ozzy pictures though, you're gonna have to stay till the end. That's where the personal life gets. My plans for this week are to stitch. I need to buckle down a stitch. I have no appointments this week other than come Friday hanging out with Ozzy, but she's a wild child, so that does cut into it, but it's all good. All right, I'm gonna reach down here and get my quilting stuff that I want to share with you. I'm gonna share you so you get a close up here, and I'll probably also pop pictures of the whip part of it. So I have a box here, and I'm not gonna show you all the fabric I bought because, you know, but this is called the Pieced Sisters Retreat, and it was so much fun, and I'm sure I'll talk about that more in life updates at the end, but when I got there, this little bag was on there from Jenny. I met Jenny at Stitch Away in 2023. And so she had these little bags that had goodness in them. And she had one in mine because I am a cross stitcher, and that's how she met me. And she knew I had said that I've been wanting this. I've been trying to win this. So super happy to have this. I love Mrs. Claus. It doesn't even have to be Mrs. Claus. I'm here to tell you, this can be old lady Janet now. But there was that and a few other things like a notebook so we could take notes through the weekend and a lip balm because it gets dry. So thank you very much for that, Jenny. I appreciate it. I appreciate you doing this retreat more than you know. And I know that I've expressed it. All right, this is not a whip. This is a finish. I am super excited about this. I have had this in my arsenal for a while. I was told this is super easy to make this said Minky quilt. I was not able to figure it out. I took it with me and I was literally like, I'm giving this away. Who wants to do this? If you can help me figure out this quilt, you can have this. Well, these girls, these ladies were so kind. They were not letting me fall down that rabbit hole. They were having me do this. This is a Minky quilt that I had purchased with the intent to make for my granddaughter, Ozzy. I'm trying to look for okay, so let me just show you. All right, so it's Minky. Minky is super soft, super soft. Ozzy is already taking a nap on it, but I said, hey, I need to have this to show in the video. And where is my tag? I want to show you what one of the ladies gave me. She gave me this, look. It says, I love you, and to sew it on there. Oh, I'm so excited about this. So this beautiful Minky blanket is a cuddle thing for Miss Ozzy to have and to love on. My next two in the quilting world is referred to as a whip because I just have the quilt top pieced together. And the first one that I finished, I don't believe my mother-in-law watches this, so I'm just showing it. But I'm in the process of making her a Christmas present. of her first quilt from me. And this is referred to as a jelly roll race. And I just want to show you the colors. I have it folded inside out. So it's a jelly roll race. So you take something in the cross quilting world called a jelly bar and you just sew it together. I'm gonna pop a picture in here of what that will look like fully. And then the last one is a watermelon quilt. My daughter was like, you totally need more a summer quilt here. So that is this. Look at that. Look at those patterns. It's watermelon seeds, and some tiny little dots that are in color theme with that. So those are the quilts. I also popped a picture in that, laying it out. So those are my whips as far as quilting goes. That will not be a regular part of this channel, but I was just too excited with all the weekend stuff that I did not to share that with you. So taking a look. So now I'm going to jump into personal updates. There are going to be pictures popped in, but so much has gone on since I gave a personal update. I have not been with you since July 4th. So it's from July 4th until now. I feel like I lead such the boring life and nothing ever happens. And normally it does. Like the next 2 weeks, I don't have anything planned. I work, hanging out with Ozzy during the day before I go to work. I don't know. I'm sure there's errands and stuff like that that's going to be done, but none of this excitement that I'm getting ready to go over with you, but I too excited not to share. And so here we go. Last time I saw you, I showed you the Ozzy and Colton so that was our kind of like, this is my jumping off point. So Ozzy did a sleepover with her grandma and grandpa. I'm so excited. The kids went to the movie. They went to the drive-in. This is a picture of like first a sleepover and us up to shenanigans with her grandpa, or Papa Chooch, is what they call him. So there is that. She did wonderful staying overnight. We got to breaking it in. Let's just say that, breaking it in. So then during that was also the week that I was on vacation with my husband. We had no plans. We just were like getting stuff done around the house, just chilling, midsummer chilling, I guess is what you could say. But he has mentioned several times about going to Shipshewana. So that's about an hour and a half north of me. It's a huge flea market area. That's all I've ever done. I hadn't been there since my 20s. Basically, there was like 700 booths. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. Sometimes I would go like every 5 booths and I feel like I just saw this stuff. So it was a lot. We did not do anything else in that little town. And boy, was that a mistake, because that's the same place that I went to retreat this last weekend. And I know so much more about that little town now. But when we got done at the flea market, then we popped over, because this corn from when we used to camp in that general area of the state, Sweet Corn Charlie's, I'm popping a picture in here, this little roadside booth. They are located like in 6 different towns up in that neck of the woods, and their sweet corn, I'm telling you, is the best sweet corn I've ever had. So we had to stop and grab some of that, come home that night and have sweet corn and hamburgers. So that was part of my little trip last week. Other than that, I went on a zoo trip with Ozzy and Lizzie. That was so much fun seeing, I'm telling you, I saw a reel or I don't know, a story, I don't even know, on something that says like, oh, your child's this age, blah, blah, blah. They won't remember it. You know what? No, they're not going to remember it. And I'm okay with that. You know what I do remember? My core memories that I'm creating for myself in seeing the zoo through the eyes of a child. And I will do that every single time. I will never think it's a waste of money. I took my daughter to Disney World when she was 4 and 6, and people are like, she's not going to remember that. And she'll tell you, she has some memories of the 6 one. She has no memories of the 4 one. I have no regrets, because again, to see Disney World through the eyes of a child is something I would never pass up. So our zoo trip, we rode the log ride. We went through the aquarium, which Ozzy's eyes just light up with excitement when she did that. Super, I just loved it. So that was a lot of fun to go and pop in and do that. Then last weekend also was my husband and my 12th anniversary, and we went to the Van Gogh experience with Lizzie, Colton, and Ozzy were also there. Again, just to soak it up and experience it. I loved that event. If it comes near your neck of the woods, I would recommend it. Lizzie had been there before, so I kind of knew what to expect, but not really. She had not ruined it for me, because the very beginning of it, no clue that that's what I was going to do. And mind-blowing of what this man went through, and how he evolved as a human being. And it was amazing. I loved the experience. And Jeff was a trooper to stick through it because that's not his thing, but he did it and it was great. So after we did the Van Gogh, what I did at that point was prepped for my upcoming retreat that I have mentioned several times. I'm telling you, it filled my heart so much. So the Pieced Sisters Retreat, we played a game of like, how do we know Jenny, who is the one that put it together? And that is where the title came from, Pieced Sisters. We are pieced together by the connection with Jenny of how people in this group, the small group of 12 people, have grown. And I loved the sentiment and story about that, and I look forward to this again. So prepping for that event meant they talk about like, we as cross stitchers would like get a project and have it ready for block filling in, or I would have an Ada project for when my eyes get tired. So it's a different world with quilting, and what I did to prep for it for my first one ever was to have some of my, like my watermelon one, I had all the fabric cut so that I could sew it, and then when I got there I had to sew it together, subcut it, and then recut it back together, and that was lovely. And so that took some work, and it was it was lovely to be able to go through that experience with them. These women I had the best time. They were so encouraging, as I've already mentioned. The age range was from 3 sisters which resonates with me, 3 sisters that are older, who get together and do quilts together. And then there was best friends from like kindergarten and 3rd grade, and these girls are younger than me. I loved that. I just loved it. They're so like, if they were in their 30s, I swear they were barely in their 30s, and it was just so wonderful. 2 of them strong women that are owning their own business and rocking it, and I look forward to supporting them. One of them has a long arm business. The other one goes to craft shows and sells things that she makes for babies, for warming pads. I'm super excited. Unfortunately, I won't be there for the one craft show, but we're hooking up. I'm telling you, we're hooking up. And to Jenny and her other friend that I have met because she's came to my cross stitching at my local store that I do on the 2nd Saturday of every month. We get together and cross stitch. So they were there. One of the ladies didn't quilt at all, but she came and hung out, and she had one of those paper piecing things. So she made cards, and it was wonderful. Candace K, who I have love and adore through the Flosstube channels, also met in person at Stitch Away. She only lived an hour and a half further the other direction than me. So her, my older sister, and I all got together. It was a wonderful, blessed time. Very low key. I loved it. Wonderful women, great encouragement. I feel like I grew by leaps and bounds. And like, you know how like we know Flosstube, not just Flosstubers, like Flosstubers, but how we also know designer names. They were able to give me like fabric designer names of like in the color schemes of what I like. So I'm telling you, I'm busting with it still. Thank you so much. If any of you ladies are watching, thank you so much for the joys that you brought to me that weekend. Then we wrapped up the weekend with, I came home for Lizzie's birthday and had her celebration. Yesterday was also National Ice Cream Day. So there was a creamery, like food truck kind of thing down the road where Lizzie and Colton got married at. So we went down there to support that little small business and had ice cream for Lizzie's birthday and National Ice Cream Day, and hung out with the kids for most of the day. And then they took off and went home, or to go for food and to go home. I'm all over my words. And Jeff and I jumped in the car right after a little rainstorm and went down to Bluffton, which is south of us, and went to watch an outdoor concert series. This band I've been wanting to see and I keep missing, but it's called Cornfield Mafia. They are out of Indianapolis. I had a great time. I wish they would have played longer. It was a great wrap up to my weekend. So yeah, and I totally want to go see them. I want them to play at the concert series that we have in the summer. So who knows, maybe next year. So then it's just back to work. So for the next 2 weeks, it's 6 days a week back to work, rocking and rolling here. So that's what I mean. Like now I'm back to like, all right, life's boring, but that's okay. This couple of weeks fed my soul, lifted me up and gave me what I needed to like push on. So my next retreat that I have and anything going on is in the Queen Cities retreat in October, where I go to that. And I have already been looking into 2024. I'm going to be scaling back. I love going to the events. I love meeting everyone. I just, my pocketbook doesn't. So I have to be a responsible grandma. Young lady, wife, whatever title you want to give me. I need to scale it back. And that's okay. I am not going anywhere here, so I will still be on here sharing you the goodness and the what's going on. I hope I bring you some joy every week. And it's crazy the amount of stuff I have around me, and I still do not have a long video. I know I talk fast. This is just me. I sometimes talk so fast I talk over myself. I love you guys so much. So I hope you have joy in your week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will be back at you next week with probably tons of cross stitching because I'll have more calm time. But I'm going to get out of here so I can get this edited and get it uploaded, and you can get on to your next Flosstuber. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. So keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.